A late start, some 55 minutes after we thought we'd be going, but we know this is going to be worth waiting for. Fernando Gonzalez, the number 10 seed from Chile. Rafael.Nadal, the number 2 seed from Spain. And it will be the Spaniard to begin.
Ready, play.
We'll see how often Nadal will actually go to Gonzalez backhand. It's a much weaker shot than the Gonzalez forehand, but he has improved a lot.
He's going to take a slap at plenty of those, that's for sure.
Yeah, he needs to be a little closer to the baseline to really be dangerous with that big forehand of his. But early on, chipping one of his backhand returns, Gonzalez.
You were saying to me before that following Andy Murray's performance and his tactics, which so nearly paid off against Nadal, other coaches will be looking at that very closely.
Oh, I definitely think that, yes, there will be, and bringing Nadal maybe not into the net, but moving him not only side to side, but depth-wise is going to be key. But then again, you need Andy Murray's cross-court backhand. I'm not sure Gonzalez has that in his arsenal.
The danger if you knock it short, you're going to do an awful lot of running.
Well, that's the match against Andy Murray. That's how it started off. Andy Murray was really far behind the baseline early on, but somehow worked his way into the court.
Not much you can do about that. Loaded up with topspin within a couple of inches of the line. An impressive beginning for Nadal.
Yeah, a bit of a slow start by Gonzalez, but of course he needs to figure out. It's one thing to have the tactics ready when you walk on court, and there's another thing to clarify them and actually change them a little bit. And not necessarily is the plan A that's going to work, and you might find that out after 5 minutes only.
Been in all the other Grand Slam quarterfinals. This is the first, though, here in Australia. US Open quarterfinal in 2002, Schalken beat him. Roland Garros 2003, Juan Carlos Ferrero, and 2 years ago at Wimbledon, Federer. Rather a nervy shot.
Well, Gonzalez is not a very fluid player. He needs to get in there and start working hard. Right now, he's not moving his feet at all.
Is that nerves?
Well, he's come out a little flat, and I think he's obviously come out thinking he's going to slice a few backhands and see what happens, but his slice is not Roger Federer's slice, and he really gets the ball to float in the air rather than penetrate down. So I think it's a dangerous shot today.
Give that serve a fair tap. 128 miles an hour, 206 Ks.
That's a good backhand there. Needs to use that down the line backhand. It's going to be interesting because Fernando Gonzalez is a pretty quick player, and Rafael.Nadal likes to slow the pace of play down a lot.
.210.
48-30.
It's an area where Gonzalez has improved a lot with the help from Larry Stefanki, his first serve.
Say that again. It's held him in very good stead in his big wins.
1 game on.
It's been a demanding run for Gonzalez, but I wouldn't think it's taken too much out of him.
No, I think mentally maybe he's a little tired because beating Leighton Hewitt here in Melbourne is obviously always a tough match, and James Blake was a pretty easy match physically, but it's a bit of a roller coaster there in the middle.
Nadal getting real depth.
Well, usually when the player is hitting the ball very close to the baseline, the ball's flying on him a little bit. He's not trying to hit it on the baseline. He's trying to hit it about 3 feet inside.
Nadal challenging him. Go on, pass me if you want. I'll take the percentage.
Yeah, really, when the player starts coming in early in the match, you really need to have him play a volley or two just to see how he reacts up at the net. So again, not a good decision to go for a winner. I think we will see a more aggressive Nadal than we're used to seeing, because really there's not in many areas that Gonzalez can hurt him apart from Gonzalez's forehand.
That whip forehand can change direction so quickly.
Oh, it really puts such an enormous amount of topspin. It's hard to put a lot of topspin when you hit your forehand inside out. I like to put a little side spin on it, but Nadal is able to do both, really.
Good serving. And a very decent start for Rafael.Nadal. So the first 3 games all with serve.
In ski jumping, today's high flyers can never be complacent. In this sport, there's always a new name ready to blast off and eclipse the stars. You never know when the next supernova is about to flash across the sky. The Ski Jumping World Cup with ski flying from Oberstdorf, Friday at 17:30 on Eurosport.
So early sparring this match. Have you seen anything that you didn't expect?
No, not really. I kind of expected Gonzalez to come out and try and slice his backhand, because really that's the only thing. He can't trade cross-court backhand with Nadal's cross-court forehand, so he needs to keep the rallies pretty short and somehow look for forehands. But I think Nadal has too much power and too much spin to let Gonzalez control the point with his forehand. And again, really, Fernando Gonzalez is a right-hander, but in many ways very similar to Rafael.Nadal. He's very physical, he's quite emotional, and he's got that big forehand and moves well. But, well, if he can keep his serving up, he'll be in this match for a little while. But has to keep the ball in play a little longer than he has, Gonzalez.
There is that big forehand. First big winner. Going to see many more like that. And Nadal will expect it. Try and limit them as much as he can. Big run round. What a swipe. Inviting the open there for the winner. As was that.
I like that play though. Sliding the serve wide to Nadal backhand and then taking a crack at the next one, because that's the best chance you're going to get, really. He doesn't miss too many of those.
Oh, close call. Is he going to challenge? He looks up at Carlos Bernardes, but no challenge. Looking up to see if there's a replay, and unfortunately not. Again, reward for Nadal's running. And that miss hit gives the Spaniard break point, the first break point so far.
Well, Fernando Gonzalez really has to realize that more shots are going to come back against Nadal than against any other opponent that he faces. And that's a perfect example. He wasn't really ready for the reply there, Gonzalez.
Oh, yes. Good tactic again. Same one. Got him out wide. And a clinical finish.
Yeah, that's an important point for him to win, not only because it's deuce, but the way he won it. Because now Nadal knows that Gonzalez might come in, follow it up, or run around and hit a big forehand, so it's keeping Nadal guessing early on.
Surprising error from Nadal. Gonzalez holds on. First threat.
Yeah, it really looks like Rafael Nadal is just trying to figure out the pattern in this match.